Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Today's Skyrim mod video on PS4 is not a showcase. I've already showcased this mod. This is me sharing with you for those that want to see my game running with the mod Pastel Map Markers, which adds these color-coded icons that you see. I'm currently testing it on a modded home that does not have an icon until it's discovered. I've been testing this multiple different ways. I have reset this home over here, Pine Water Lake House, that I've showcased before. I want to see, once it's discovered, if it adds in a color-coded icon for it or not. The reason that I'm doing this is because after the showcase, I received a comment not only from the mod author that ported it, Rice. Here you'll see that there is still no icon. But besides that, some viewers that had issues, one of the main ones being that opening the map was causing them to crash every time, which is why I'm doing it so much. And now you can see I have a color-coded icon for this modded home. And I'm attempting to try to play it somewhat like I would normally. I am going to, of course, just play normal later on, but I am purposely fast traveling around quite a lot, trying to trigger a crash. I have not had any crashes whatsoever. I've not had any issues from this mod, and that is part of what I want to share with you. Now, I cannot say for you how the mod is going to run. I can only share my own experience with it. So keep in mind the same with any mod you see showcased on this or any channel. You know that the showcaser cannot predict how it's going to work for you. The mod author most times cannot predict. They will have issues with mods that they're unaware of and that they have to then try to fix. I can only share with you my unedited experience right here that you're seeing with me as I do it, and you can see that my game is running fine. I am Skyrim Special Edition PS4 Slim. This is my original character. He is the only character I have ever had in all the years that I've played Skyrim. I've only ever played through the story once. He's long past all of that. This is his original saves, which consist of the original prisoner save, one manual safe save, as I call it, that I only update when I trust everything in my load order and I know it is safe to do so, so that I can revert back to if I need to, if I have an issue with a mod, and the 3 auto saves that happen when going in and out of interiors, exteriors, like that, anytime the game auto saves. So that is my testing. That is what the testing conditions is. Now, I have tested going to vanilla map markers because one of the things that I saw in the comments was that for some people, or at least one that I can remember, it was crashing every time they would open the map. Now, I have tested going to multiple vanilla icons, and I'm still doing that. I have tested going to a modded icon that has not been discovered. I took and shut some of them off to where it would remove them from the save, then added them back in, so basically reset it, and the icon is a dark black icon like it always is in vanilla, and then when discovered it gets a color-coded icon, or like you saw earlier with that particular one, because I remembered that Pine Water Lake House does not have an icon. I wanted to see what would happen, and it got a color-coded icon in testing. I have fast traveled to these areas multiple times, gone in and out of some of the areas, all without crashing, and without any issues, no corruption. Now, Rice mentioned to me on the video yesterday that some of the reports that he got from people, just to let me know, that all of them that had issue were on an ongoing save, like I am. However, again, I've not had any issue. And that some of them did have a mod that gave them access to all the map marker locations. So like everything was already discovered, they didn't have to do it. Now, I have never used a mod like that. All my map markers have been discovered the normal way of traveling to the locations and finding them. I do, however, have a compass mod that makes the compass detect undiscovered or any location further away than it normally would. But at no point in my Skyrim playthrough have I ever had installed or used a mod that already discovered all the map marker locations, of which there are numerous mods that do that. Now, Luxdy Rice, as I've seen in the comments, is starting to lean to that there could be a conflict with mods that add all the map marker locations and pastel map markers. I agree with that is a very good possibility of having a conflict, because this mod makes changes to those icons by colorizing them, and the other mod forces them, or other mods that work that way, forces them to show themselves to appear without being discovered. Also, I don't know with the people that are doing that, since I've never used that mod. I would assume that once you force a save, all your icons are discovered, you would disable the mod. After all, it would be redundant at that point. The icons would already be discovered. So if you're leaving it ongoing in a playthrough, unless it has to be for the markers to remain, again, I have not used that mod before, that could possibly be an issue. Now, I also want to stress that I don't know if you use the mod at any point in that playthrough, even if you don't have it anymore, or if you've disabled it. I don't know if it could still have conflicts. I don't know if it maybe changes game values, and that's where the conflicts are happening. I can only say that I haven't used it and let you know that for the purposes of my testing. Now, the other conclusion that he's come to, and that I don't agree with, but that he has come to because of what he's been being told by others, and that is their experiences, but not mine, is that the mod might not be able to be used in an ongoing save. So in other words, it would have a hard requirement of a new start, a new save. That's not been my experience, because again, this is my original save. It's the only playthrough I've ever had, and it's working perfectly fine. And again, I can't predict how that will work for you, but I can simply say how it's working for me. So it is of my personal opinion, it works perfectly fine on an existing save, but may not work perfectly fine if that existing save had any type of mod that already added map markers to the game that you did not have to discover. So getting back to the testing that I've done, besides the testing with the icons just traveling to them, I also realized that my lighting rig is fairly unique for the mods that I have that consist of it, the way they're placed and everything, and that a lot of other people aren't going to have it this way unless they happen to have followed and recreated it with the video I uploaded a while back. And that a lot of people have usually, like, say, one of Be Very of A's that combines like a lot of the different stuff together to give a look to the game. And I shut this lighting rig off at that time and tested with, I think it was Azerite All. I have a couple of his. I also have Dark Heart of Azeroth, but I'm thinking it was Azerite All that I used. It was a mod that changes up the sound that is made on the map screen. It adds in the, I guess, beta sound that you would call when you select the different icons. But besides that, it also gives a much more, like, vibrant, I guess you would say, look to the map. It doesn't look as dull. It's much nicer looking than what you see right here. And the color-coded icons worked perfectly fine with it. I didn't have any issue with that either. Now, since then, I have gone back to my original lighting rig, because that is my preferred rig, so that is what you are seeing with me right now. And I have the Be Very Vague mod, of course, off. But I did not have issue with these map markers using either lighting rig. Obviously, I can't test all of them, but I don't believe that to be a factor. But it was something that I wanted to see, being as I know with the one Be Very of A mod at least, that it does kind of change up the vibrancy of the world map when you bring it up. Speaking of which, I do have a mod that removes the majority of the map clouds. It does leave some, but it removes the majority of them and is supposed to make it more vibrant. Now, I really don't think it does make it more vibrant. It don't look nearly as nice as it does with the Be Very Vague mod, but I have the Pastel Map Markers mod placed after the Vibrant World Map mod. I don't remember if that's the exact name, but that's the mod that it is. I've also got a stray cat that can wait banging on my window. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. There's a stray cat been coming around, and she's found that if she bangs on the window, she gets food taken out to her. So she's currently doing that, but I want to finish what I'm testing so you can wait. In any case, besides that, because I'm not starting this video again. Any case, besides that, I am running the... Can you guys hear that? She's getting insistent. I'm going to have to stop soon. Besides that, I'm running the mod using TK's interface overhaul. I am running it with the Avant-Garde font, the dialogue interface reshaped, all the same stuff that I always have. I'm running it with that, and again, no issues. Now, I do want to quickly share though, just so that you can understand how you can jump to the wrong conclusion when you get a crash. So, after I installed the mod, I've ran it all of yesterday, no issues. Ran it today, no issues. Then loaded up to do this video, and I kept trying to go current. Would you stop banging on that window? Trying to run current, I kept getting crashes on picking the current save. Now, had I jumped to the wrong conclusion and just been like, okay, yeah, it's the mod, it's doing it, I'd have been 100% wrong. You want to know what was causing those crashes? It had nothing to do with the mod. The last time I saved my game and where it would have picked up on the current save was in Solitude. During the night, I had a bunch of NPCs around me with their torches, and the game sometimes, for whatever reason, will struggle to load properly and crash depending on where you're currently at. So what did I do to fix it? I loaded one of my other autosaves. It loaded just fine after multiple crash attempts of trying to current save. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but she is getting really insistent out there. Any rate, and oh great, Draco. And so any rate, it loaded just fine. I then forced a few saves to overwrite the one that was causing the crashing, which again had nothing to do with the mod. After that, I closed the app, relaunched it, tried from current, and it loaded up just fine. So it was a vanilla issue that was causing my crashing because of where I happened to left off on my save, and had nothing to do with the mod. But had I jumped to the wrong conclusion, I could have very easily thought, okay, all of a sudden these crashes that I'm getting is from the mod. So you always have to consider these kind of things when using any mod. So in closing, before that cat has a fit out there, I'm just going to say that obviously I can't predict how the mod will run for you. I can only share what it's doing for me. I hope that this helped you out to at least see how my game is running. And in any case, you know, use mods at your own discretion, because as a showcaser, I can only do so much to let you see. But my own personal experience, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. For my own experience, it is working just fine. But again, if you feel that you should not install this or any mod, don't. And with that said, I have to go out and see a very angry stray that wants her food now. Take care.